everyone, I'm back today with another reading for this week, and we are reading from our ebook. There we go. Start Your Crystal Journey, a beginner's guide to working with crystals. Today we're going to get into how to clean or clear crystals, and we've updated this information a bit on the website. I'll put a link to the updated information in the description below. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around and we're going to start our reading. Alright, so for today's reading, because we are talking about how to clean or clear crystals, I decided to make a very simple crystal grid using selenite in the center for its clearing and purifying properties, some sticks of Palo Santo that were ethically sourced, and that is to complement and amplify that clearing intention, with clear quartz points around the selenite and next to the Palo Santo to also amplify the intention and also to send that clearing and purifying energy where it needs to go. Let us begin. How to clean crystals. When first working with a crystal, it is a good idea to begin by cleaning it. As a new crystal lover, the first question you will have is how? The goal is to remove any energy that might hamper its vibration. There are many ways to accomplish this, so let's touch upon a few of the easiest methods. The easiest way to clean a crystal is to place it in moonlight on a windowsill. If the temperature is warm, you can place it on the ground or on a porch or deck. Cold temperatures can crack and break many crystals. If you lay it on the ground, marking the area will ensure that you don't lose it. Intention is the handiest method to clean a crystal. Just hold it in your hand and imagine all negativity being washed away by your intention. Visualizing white light works well for many people as well. Hold the crystal in your hand and see or feel a white ray coming from your hand into the stone. For some people, it will be easier to imagine it coming from the third eye chakra. Do this for a few minutes or until the crystal feels energetically lighter or cleaner. An alternative method that you could do, and this came to me while reading, is that you can imagine water washing over your stone, and the water taking away that lower vibrations, and the water can begin transmuting it to higher vibrations. We continue. Burying a crystal in a potted plant is a convenient way to purify a stone. If the crystal is not that dirty, just placing it above ground will do. If the crystal needs heavy duty cleaning, bury it in the dirt. If your crystal can be damaged by water, do not use this technique, because the crystal will receive water every time you water your plant. Some crystals love being washed in lightning storms. To do this, place the crystals in a bowl and place the container outside on the ground before an oncoming storm. Please never go out in a storm to actually do this. The water and lightning hitting the ground will send out vibrations to the bowls that will clean the crystals. Before doing this, make sure that the crystals will not be damaged by water and that they will not be disturbed while being outside. If the storm has very strong winds, do not use this method either. The winds can blow the container and rocks all over the place and will cause a lot of damage. Another method for clearing stones is to pass them through the smoke of a sage stick, Palo Santo stick, or incense. Light any of these in a heat-proof container, and as smoke is produced, hold the crystals approximately 6 to 12 inches above the source, and let the smoke surround the crystals. Be sure to keep your hand far enough from the heat so you don't get burned. Do this for a few minutes or until the crystal feels energetically clean. Burying crystals in salt is a good option for many crystals. Place the stone in a bowl and cover it with sea salt. If sea salt is not available, you can use table salt or Epsom salt. Make sure that your crystal is dry before doing this. Leave the crystal in salt for at least 20 minutes. If the crystal has absorbed much negative energy, Leave it in the salt for a day or two. After using the salt, throw it out. Do not reuse it. You could similarly do this with rice as well. Running a crystal through cool water is a favorite method due to the convenience. You can let cool water run over a crystal to clean it. It may take as little as a few seconds to 10 minutes. Be sure to dry the crystal thoroughly after using this method. There needs to be caution taken with this method because many crystals can be harmed by water. Selenite, calcite, and rock salt are a few of the crystals that can be damaged over time by water. So always check your crystal sensitivity to water before doing this. Rice is terrific for cleaning many minerals, as mentioned earlier. Bury your crystal in a bowl of rice for a day or two. After retrieving the stone, discard the rice and do not use it. Rose quartz can be cleaned with rose petals. Gather newly blossomed rose petals in a container and lay your crystals on top of the petals. Some crystals may need to be covered in the petals to become fully cleansed. And of course, you can use this method for many other crystals. Geodes, cathedrals, and clusters may also be used to get rid of unwanted energies in a crystal. First, make sure that the cluster you are using is clean itself, and then place the crystal on it. Clear quartz clusters are one of the best options to use for most crystals. The cluster must be bigger than the crystal it's cleaning, and you can leave the stone being cleaned on top of the cluster for a day or two. Using sand can clear minerals of negative energy quickly. A tuning fork can clean crystals by gently using vibrations. Hold the crystal in your hand and ding the other crystal in your other hand. Slowly move the tuning fork in a counterclockwise direction around the stone. Move the tuning fork around the crystal until it stops vibrating. And this may be done twice more if the crystal needs more cleaning. Sound can also come from musical instruments like a piano. For more information on this method, Healing Crystals has videos on their YouTube channel that explain how to do this. It also has a video where you place the crystals in front of the computer speakers and the tones from the video will clean the crystals. Reiki can be used to wipe away unwanted energies from crystals. If you are a Reiki 1 practitioner, you can hold the crystal in your hand and ask the Reiki energy to release any energies not needed from the crystals and transmute that into positive vibrations. If you are level 2 or above, place the Choku Ray symbol into the crystals 3 times and see or feel it going into the stone. Imagine the Choku Ray erasing all the negative energy away. Pendulums are a convenient way to release psychic energy from stones. Hold a pendulum that has been cleaned above your crystal and the crystal will rotate either counterclockwise, up and down, or left to right based on what your pendulum designates a no sign. When it is done cleaning, it will then go in the opposite direction and will infuse the crystal with positive energy. The methods described above are just a few of the ways that crystals can be cleaned. Experiment and see which ones feel best for you and your crystals. You may find certain methods work wonderfully time and time again, while others work best on certain occasions. In my experience, some crystals have a preferred method or preferred way of being cleansed, but the only way to really discover that is to work with your crystals. Tune into their energy and hear if there is a preferred method they would prefer being cleansed by. Generally, any method that you use for cleansing will be quite alright for cleansing all your crystals. But again, tap in and see if there is a crystal that doesn't prefer another way. If you have any questions about clearing crystals or your methods, you're welcome to leave us a comment below and we will respond. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you have enriched and freshened up your clearing and cleansing knowledge, and look after yourselves. See you soon.